Well, good morning, YouTube. It's Wednesday morning, the day before, the eve of the official start date of Biketoberfest, which will be tomorrow, Thursday. We're all set up. We're ready to go. Taking Jessa for her morning walk. Who knows if we get any business today? I know we've got oil changes to do on a couple pickup trucks and a little Fiat. We'll see how everything else goes other than that. As you can see, a few more vendors pulled in and set up yesterday, but not a lot. We're still pretty empty right here in front of us. Ultimate LED will be going there, and they are currently parked right over there. They must have pulled in the middle of the night. Wasn't sure where they were gonna go, and they're probably still sleeping this morning. Definitely nice and breezy today. The high is supposed to be 71 with wind gusts up to 25 mile an hour, but like the steady 10 to 15 mile an hour breezes. Just beautiful. It's enough to probably mess with the microphone, and I hope it doesn't, but it's just a gorgeous morning here at Daytona Beach. All right guys, a couple hours later, we've got everything opened up, and man, we've had some pretty serious wind gusts a couple of times. Everything's holding true, but going well. We just did the oil change on Wes's truck, and like I never pulled the phone out to do it. Talon just got it done really quick, and we got our first customer in. It's a Cholo style Softail. Gentleman is doing a set of chrome Mighty Mite love jugs, so we're gonna get that done, and I think he's got a friend that may go get his bike as well. Maybe get some work today. All right, so Talon got this set of Mighty Mites done and installed. We've got another bike on the lift, also getting a set of Mighty Mites, but it requires a frame mount kit. And then we got this Tri-Glide here, gonna get an oil change. Obviously, we've done love jugs on it before. 3 bikes in a row. That's good for a day that we're not even officially open. Can't argue with that. This customer with the oil change on the trikes also getting one of the Coso digital dipsticks so we can monitor his oil level and oil temperature. All right, all the motorcycles are cleared out, and Wes came back with the little Fiat. Talon's down there dropping the oil on it right now. All right guys, got finished up with the oil change on Wes's little Fiat. He's gone now. Talon is doing the oil change on his bike. We've also got something we're going to try to add on to his bike in just a few moments, see if it works. All right guys, so what we have here might be a great solution if you own an older motorcycle like Talons, but you want some of the newer updates like Apple CarPlay and tire pressure monitoring system and GPS. This company here, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, AOOCCI, I'm not sure, AOOCCI, and there's the website there obviously as well. So this is a standalone module that you can add to basically any motorcycle. It's going to give you a 6.25 inch color screen for your Apple CarPlay to work on, Bluetooth it with your phone, and get a lot of really cool features with it. Hey guys, installation of this looks pretty simple. I've already mounted the mounting hardware to it, designed to go around like bar clamp, or even I guess you could do it on an engine guard or something like that, but you want it someplace where you can see it. There are 3 leads coming out with quick disconnects on it. Once you hook up the main power supply adapter to a positive, a ground, and a switched positive, everything else after that is pretty simple, plug and play. I think the trickiest part of this application is going to be finding out where we're going to mount it. So we're going to go check it out. It's a pretty big hole in there, but it comes with the adapters to fit different size bar applications. Okay, so we opted to mount it to the right handlebar, just to the left of the right handlebar control. Relatively simple, bolt the clamp onto the bar, and you got the adjustability within all of this. All right, so now Talon is going to hook up the positive, negative, and accessory. We're choosing to go to the love jugs plug for accessory because there's an unused terminal in there that only has power when the key switch is turned on. So we're going to use that one. Okay, so now Talon's made that connection, and then we connected it to the unit. You see it is now powered on. He's trying to Bluetooth his phone to it and get it all connected. We still haven't wired the cameras yet. Oh yeah, did I mention it comes with a front and rear camera? Don't know where we're gonna mount those just yet, but they're just plug and play. Once you mount them, everything works together. And then it's just screwing on the radio transmitters or Bluetooth transmitters. I'm not really sure which technology they work on, onto the valve stems of the tires, and then it'll get TPMS, front rear camera, and of course the Apple Play with navigation. There's another controller right here that we will mount to the left handlebar. That way, with a touch of a thumb, Talon can control the cameras and functions and so on and so forth, like that.
Right?
There we go. Hi guys, Ron showed up. We're gonna do the oil change on his brand new Duramax 2024. You guys first saw this truck when he brought me my dually back. If you remember, back in the spring, his black truck broke down leaving here for the spring rally. And after he stopped to help us put the turbo on Goliath, he got a couple hours up the road and lost his whole engine. And well, that's the truck his wife bought him. And he used my truck to go back to Minnesota to tow his camper. And then he used that truck to bring my truck back to me. And he brought the Larry with him today. What's up, Larry?
He's a good boy.
All right, so now we're trying to figure out where we want to mount the cameras. I think temporarily, at least, Talon's going to mount it to the rear seat bolt because he doesn't run with the rear seat. And then the front camera, we're thinking either underneath the headlight. We thought about windshield, maybe sticking to the front fender. Not real sure where we want to do it. All right, guys, so just temporarily mounted to the rear fender for the moment. Got to snug it down still. And he's got this one mounted up here with the two-way tape. Still got to route wires. We're just testing right now. And he's actually got it on. Oh yeah, we got to pull that protective layer off there. Go ahead and Talon, do the honors. Peel that. All right, so yeah, there we go. We look at the camera. We can see what's going on in front of the motorcycle. And somehow we can switch that to the rear camera as well. All right, and I couldn't tell with the glare from over there, but it's actually split. So you can see the front and the rear at the same time. All right, now installing the front air pressure adapter. And the rear. So now we're going to leak check them with some soapy water just to make sure that there's no leaks, no bubbles. And same thing with the rear. Yeah, it looks good. Right now, Talon is trying to pair the wheel sensors for the PSI. He's already set the increments to pounds per square inch and Fahrenheit and set the high and low alarms. Okay, we got them both paired. Now, we didn't read the instructions fully before we did that. We put both tire pressure monitor sensors on the tires and then went to pair, and it wouldn't work. These instructions specifically say to get it into the pairing screen and then install the front sensor and hit pair. It will pair and then automatically be ready for the second sensor, which is the rear. Then you screw on the rear sensor, don't do anything, it will automatically pair. So we did it wrong the first time, but we done got it figured out. We didn't verify our tire pressures, but it looks like he's a little bit low on both front and rear, which makes sense. It's been really cool out today, and it's been a while since we've checked the tire pressure in them. All right, guys, add a little bit of complication. Talon's stereo is not Bluetooth compatible, but he's got this Bluetooth thingy right here. That's what he has been using in order to play music from his phone through the stereo. So this works on a radio wave, and with the stereo tuned to a specific frequency, it will, the phone Bluetooths to this device broadcasts over that airway so that the radio can pick it up. But now that he's Bluetooth to both devices, he can control everything from here and still hear the music through the speakers on the fairing itself. And of course, the maps are coming up.
You do a split screen is what I'm doing. I don't think you can do a split screen. But
Probably not. Usually with CarPlay you can't, I don't think.
and that's also cool if you guys are doing any off-roading. And you had the Onyx app. Onyx sponsor us. You can use the Onyx app.
Oh yeah, that would be really cool. I know we're getting a lot of glare on that, but yeah, the Onyx thing. Like I said, and then you want to monitor the tire pressure, you can go into the tire pressure screen.
I don't know if you have to go back out entirely. Okay, so you can do that.
Okay, yeah, that was a split screen.
So home,
Right there.
and then go to the, well, that's for all that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this works based on GPS, telling you your speed and stuff.
It might, because this is GPS compatible in here, and so is your phone.
So, how do you change kilometers to miles per hour?
That I don't know. Okay, and to get in to check the tire pressures, you just go in and, oh, it disappeared on me.
You can either check it on the panel,
Oh yeah, I didn't realize it shows it right there.
or if you go into settings, you can actually click pressure.
Yeah, click right there and make the adjustments. All right, so all that's left now is to route all of our wiring, now that we know everything works, and to clean it all up. And Talon thinks he actually wants to change the fitment of this to a custom application mounted on top. So we're gonna do some fairing modifications and possibly even drill a hole in the windshield to mount it. What the kit comes with isn't capable of doing that, so we're gonna have to kind of custom modify that. But I wanted to show you guys how it will go in a typical installation if you had a fairing bike. But no matter what style of fairing you have or no fairing, like if you had a Road King or even a Honda VTX or anything like that, this is the type of application, the type of installation that you're going to be dealing with, either clamping right to the handlebar. So we're going to make our changes, and then hopefully we can get some road tests in on it. All right, and as we were taking Talon's fairing apart so we can route the wires a little bit better, we got another customer come in, getting a 3-hole oil change. It's hard to believe how good a shape that bike is for 2017 with over 100,000 miles on it already. Okay, so we've mounted the unit to the dash up on top. Now we need to make a clearance for the wires to come through. So we're gonna notch it right here. Those wires will come right through behind the windshield, and you won't hardly see any of the wiring at all. All right, so we changed the location of the rear camera. That way we could tuck the wire up underneath the shield, running along here. These wires now running under the tank, through here, up into the fairing, nestled up here, and made our connections here. All that's left is the green wire to the front camera, which is mounted to the bottom of the headlight, which we will then hook up as we put the fairing back on. All right, guys, and there's the finished product mounted to the top of the dash. Instead of over on the handlebar, that's where Talon likes it. And you almost don't see the wires. If you look really close, wires come out the back and go right into the fairing. All right, so Talon just took a rip through the parking lot to check out the speedometer function. And right now it's still set to kilometers per hour, so we gotta figure out how to change that over, but it's all working. It's registering speed on there, which is kind of cool. There's also a sunshade that comes with it that we haven't put on yet. And there's even little locks and a locking wrench, so you can lock those transmitters on the tires so that no one can steal those. We've got a little bit of leftover clamp because of the way we mounted it. But all in all, so far, this thing is actually pretty cool. I don't know if I mentioned before, but it also came with the Allen wrench. So really, it comes with all of the tools that you need for the typical installation. Obviously, the way we did the final installation on it changed things. We had to drill some holes and route some wires differently, but all in all, it's a really clean, nice. Now, this has the capability to put like a micro SD card in there so that you can actually record footage, and it works like basically like a dash cam. There's a button on there where you can save a video. If something happens in front of you, you can save it. Otherwise, I believe it just loop records. We don't have an SD card in there just yet. I didn't realize that it didn't come with the kit, so we're gonna have to pick one up while we're out. That way we can actually record video, and hopefully we'll be able to show you some of that in the future. All right, guys, even though I can't give you like a long-term review on this, but first impressions, it seems to do what it's supposed to do, and it's actually pretty cool. Talon's kind of excited about it, but over the next couple of days of actually getting some ride time on will be the true test of whether he really enjoys it or not. But not having to go to the phone to make those adjustments and controls, everything's working seamlessly so far, which is pretty cool. I think there will be a link in description plus the website and everything if you guys are interested in something like this. I believe that they're going to give me a small commission if you do purchase it. So yeah, check it out. If something you're interested in, if you got an older bike that doesn't have all these gadgets on it, it'd be great for a Road King, honestly. And I don't know, give it a try. All Hi guys, tonight for dinner we tried the Metro Diner. First time I've ever been here. Wes and Cindy have been here quite often because they spend a lot of time here in Daytona. I gotta admit, really good home style cooking, like comfort food type stuff. It was definitely good. And the prices were extremely reasonable. I think tip and everything for Katie, Talon, and I was only like $85 when so many times just for Katie and I is well over 100. Pretty impressed that the bill was only 65 bucks. We left a $15 tip. All right guys, you want to know how terrible of a YouTuber I am? We had an issue with Talon's bike leaving dinner. He said it felt really heavy. We checked the tire, or he checked the tire at the stoplight. Back tire was completely flat. And we thought because we put those things on there that somehow we got a leak, even though we checked it, but then we had to redo it, remember? And we didn't check it the second time. So we get back over here. He rode it back to the restaurant with a flat tire, and we got it up on the lift. And it turns out the valve stem itself was broken. Old valve stem, very rotten. For all we know, it could have been the original valve stem on the motorcycle. I don't know. We put this tire on last summer, or actually this spring,
It was in
in Laconia, but we didn't put a new valve stem in it because we didn't have one. So that very well could have been original valve stem for all I know. I have no idea. So yeah, just dry rotted though. So we just put a new valve stem in it, but we didn't have the right tools to do that. So it was actually quite challenging. I take the wheel off the bike. We used the lift itself to break the bead on the tire so we could get in there and pop a new valve stem in there. We went through all that. Completely forgot to pull out the phone until right now when we're done. Terrible YouTuber. But anyway, it wasn't the fault of the tire pressure sensors. It was just an old rotted valve stem. And I guess then when we put that on there, we agitated in just the right way and the air slowly leaked out while we were having dinner. All right guys, back up at the Wawa doing the edit, drinking some coffee. And Burr, has it gotten a little bit brisk out here tonight? All right, so all in all, today was actually a fairly good day. We got a lot accomplished. You know, with the oil changes for friends, you know, we don't really make any money on that. We sell them the product at cost and we're just kind of doing it as a favor. But these are people that we're good friends with, we hang out with all the time. But business-wise, we still service the 4 motorcycles, did 2 sets of love jugs, and that actually equated to being up on this day compared to last year's sales on this day. And then we got to hook up that Apple CarPlay device on Talon's motorcycle, and I just thought that was really cool. Now, I do want to be 100% honest with you guys. They sent me that free of charge. I did not buy it. And had I not just purchased this 2024 Road Glide, I would have probably hooked it up on the Street King because it could benefit from something like that. But I've got all that built into here, and that's why I thought it was a great idea to put it onto Talon's motorcycle instead. Now, because of the tire issue on Talon's motorcycle, we didn't get to really do a lot of riding around, so we didn't get to play with it much because we had to come back and take care of that situation. But I will give you guys some updates on how well that works in the future. Again, like I said, there should be a link in the description. I'm pretty sure they sent me one. I'll have to add it there. And if not, then just contact me, whatever. We can figure that out. But for now, I think we're going to end this video. We're looking forward to a great bike week. Tomorrow is the official opening day. And hopefully we'll be up on all of those days just like we were today. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time I see you, keep those engines running. Oh, guys, don't forget, hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Remember, we are still trying to get to that 20,000 subscriber goal. We've got a couple more shows left in this season. I'd really love to be there by the time we're done with Galveston. And we only need 1,200 subscriber, guys. Come on, hit that button. And if you think you're already subscribed, go double check because it's kind of a thing that people get unsubscribed and they don't mean to. So always go double check, make sure you're still subscribed. If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe. And if you need a GPS system for your bike and Apple CarPlay, go check that out. It has some pretty cool features.